Good morning, everyone. Today is August 13th, you guys. What time is it right now? It is about 8:16 in the morning. It's coming off of some three great signals here. You guys, everyone using these metrics. Gosh, some great opportunities this morning already. This is actually here on the ES on the 2-minute time frame, looking at the market. Also want to actually look to see if we can potentially get into a position over here. You guys, I like this. Overall, middle band here. Take a look at this. This is 50. So this anything above this is price action that we want to be looking to go long. Coming off an amazing buy signal right here. So currently on this one alone, that candle closed to right now about 12 points in the market up. I did not take that trade. This morning I was actually making a bed for some people that we're going to have come stay at our place tomorrow, who's actually coming back from Italy. But you guys, right now, not that you need to know that at all, but let's take a look at the metrics. Let's see if we can pull out a live example here with you guys to show you exactly what I'm looking at in the market. Now we are coming up to a level of resistance here. You guys can tell that. This is where price previously saw a big push down. Now, price doesn't have to just push down. It can always just keep going higher. So what I want to do is I don't want to necessarily fight against the trend at all. I don't want to be the person who's trying to be like, oh, just because this was here before, this is where we can see a decrease. Now, is money stepping down? Yes. Is the overall middle band in the background still green? Yes, it is. So if these two are both green here, I just want to be still looking for longs in the market. Now, if you guys end up getting into a buy signal and capitalize on trades like this, great. You can get out of those trades, lock in your profit. But where can you actually spot other entries into the market after you get these buy signals? And this is where this video is going to be really helpful. And hopefully here, since we're doing this live, we get an opportunity to be able to show you exactly what I'm looking at. What I look at in the market, you guys, let's say we get up getting into a buy signal here like this one, and we end up having some consolidation. Where I want to be looking in for my next entry, even if you don't have a buy signal, is after these Doji candles, you can technically enter in on your next bullish candle and ride that up for a couple points in the market as well. But you want to wait for that slight pullback. You guys remember how I kind of described this as we're talking and we're breathing? As we inhale, just like that, I took a second. That breath in was way less than actually the inhale that, or the exhale of us talking. And that's where in an overall trend, you get these impulse, come back, impulse, come back, impulse. And it's usually about a third of the length that it ends up running afterwards. And that's where I actually think if this ends up pushing a little bit higher, if we end up getting a strong Hiekin Ashi candle, bullish Hiekin Ashi candle, this could be a great entry into the market. Because while this is panning out here, I just want to give a shout out and just thank a lot of the people who have just joined just in the past few days. There's quite a bit here, but let's just give a shout out. Alan, Juan, David, Larry, Andrew, Jean, Venkatesh, Nasi, Michael, Tasif, Fritzy, Rudolph, Thomas, Ku, Ricky, Aluri, Brian, Steve, Brandon, Lori, James, Samtha, Toby, Jason, Antonio, David, and one more here, Robert. Gosh, sorry guys, that was so long, but I love to give shout outs to everyone who's joining. You guys, all these members ended up doing was going over here to My Future Success, or you guys can click the link in the description below. They end up getting lifetime access to all of these metrics. I just did a free upgrade to everyone that completely transforms our charts in a click of a button that I'll show you in a second, displaying all the metrics that you guys need. Also, one-on-one trainings. I do have one-on-one trainings currently booked out about a week and a half in advance. But if you guys are interested, please do email me directly and I will schedule something out for you. When you're over here, take a look at our 5-star ratings. Having a lot of great success with people showing their own personal testimonials. So not just myself showing you guys live examples here on YouTube and of my prop firm accounts, but a lot of people actually seeing the exact same thing. So take a look at that when you get a second. But let's see if we can get entered into a trade here. You guys, I like this so far. Take a look at this. This is looking out to be, if we end up closing with this, about, 20 seconds left on here. This could be a spot where we could see a push even higher, breaking through these highs and just continuing up even further for a quick little scalp into the market over here. So let's go and wait just a few seconds to see a candle close. I like this on the bottom. Middle band is green, money stepping back into the market after we had a little bit of a doji candles here. And what I'll show you guys is this is what I mean, 10 seconds. Let's go and stay within this. All right, guys, at the end of this candle, I'm going to go ahead and buy the market here. All right, guys, candle close, I'm buying the market. There we go. Keep an eye at profit and loss over here. This is what I'm showing you guys as a one click. You can literally transform your charts into this in a click of a button. Literally showing you all the metrics that you need that I personally use myself to just trade the E-mini futures. Sometimes I trade crude oil, sometimes I trade gold, but 90% of my trading is done on ES just because it moves a little bit slower. It's very beginner friendly and it just works. And these metrics lined up with that are just really good spots in the market to be able to know where to capitalize on long positions, just like these three that we had this morning, which currently end up running for 100% profit so far. Now, this is a continuational trade. So if we end up breaking above these highs, this is where this price can actually increase quite a bit. Now, I'm not going to get greedy with this. Let's go ahead and do this together. I'm going to put my stops right below this area where we've had indecision. I'm going to go and blow this up for you guys. See where we had those Doji candles. If we end up dropping below that, that's where I want to get out of this trade. Let's go and put this line at our exact entry. Where was this? This is 2550, 2550. That is our entry. And where's our target? Well, I want to at least be going for probably a 1-to-1 risk to reward. So if we can get up anywhere around this area, or we pull out close to about 1,000 in the market here, which would be right around this spot here, that would be a really good trade in my opinion. So let's just stay here live with you guys and see exactly what pulls out in the market and how it actually pans out right here in front of you. Also on the dashboard, you guys can keep an eye on this. Down here, as long as this middle band is solid green, this is where we can see continuation. And then pairing that with this up here in this background, that's where I want to be looking to just continue it longer. Something that we have to get better at, and myself as well, speaking, just to be completely honest with you guys, is holding our winners longer and cutting our losers quicker. And this is just a really good indicator to use that when you get into buy signals like this is where we can actually see price continue. And if the background hasn't necessarily switched over, you can technically just stay within those trades. If you want to take off some off the table around this area, that's totally fine. Go ahead and enter in with, let's say your total amount that you want to trade with is 4 lots. Well, go ahead and enter in with a couple lots. If it ends up going against you, this is exactly what I teach in my trainings, is let's say you get into an entry and then it comes against you. I'd rather you be losing at 50% of what you want to be able to trade with than a whole 100%. When we get into trades, there's no reason why if we're continue to stay bullish in that, we can't add to a position when we're in profit. The word that I want you guys to never have in your vocabulary again is DCA, or dollar cost average. Take a look at this, you guys, over here. Currently up $600 to $700 on this. If we end up breaking above here, this is going to be a really good trade. Take a look up here. Let's go for a 1-to-1 risk to reward. Currently up 800. This will be 1,000 mark right at this area. I would not be upset at all if we end up getting 1,000 on this. Buy signal illuminated. That's actually showing even further confirmation. If we end up getting this buy signal here and this stays on our chart, this is where we can see this push even higher. Dashboard down here, if you guys take a look. Oh, on and off. And that's totally fine. I'm so glad this is coming on. This is showing you this will flicker in and out within the candle, within the time frame, because certain specific metrics have to be in line. Money has to be flowing in. You have to have a green middle dot, which is a key EMA crossover, and the middle band be solid green. This is literally telling you that all your metrics are in line to see a further push higher, and this is where you can capitalize on some big running trades. Currently at 900 to 1,000 in the market. What's nice with this too, you guys, is that I added to this indicator is these white dots. This is literally the live price of where the movement is going. There we go, guys. $1,000, 1,100, almost 1,200 in the market here. If we end up breaking this, I'm going to end up getting out of this trade and call this a really good trade for the day. Even though we just had the buy signal here, I want to be just going for 1-to-1 risk to reward on this and show you guys exactly how to manage this. Coming back down a little bit, which is totally okay. This is where sometimes when you get into these trades, you just got to kind of sit on your hands and let it play out. 44 seconds left on here. So we got about 40 seconds to see what ends up happening. If buy signal stays illuminated, it's just going to give me further confirmation that the trend is confirmed. Some traders that are using these metrics, so like this one here, if you guys are following me doing the triple G's and the triple R's, what do I mean by that? This candle right here is actually technically a really good spot to be entering into the market, actually beating out the buy signal by 2 of these. So if you've got your 1G, which is your background green, you've got your price action above this 50, and you got that strong bullish Hiekin Ashi candle, this can actually be your entry, and it ended up beating this out. Let's take a look, guys. At candle close, this ended up beating it out about 2 points. On this entry, that was still a really good entry, so if you want to wait for those buy signals, by all means, please do. But this was actually just a really good spot to be able to get it further. And currently, on this account, 16.25 points. Absolutely incredible at the current price, since the background hasn't switched over. And right now, we are looking to come back up to this area again. So let's not get greedy with this. If we end up hitting around $1,000, I'm actually just going to close this out here with you guys so you can see this live and just pull this out. A little bit of indecision. Let's go left. Is there any support or resistance? No. So this thing can just actually keep going and going if it wants to. Again, if we end up getting into this and it ends up going against us, I'd rather just show you guys really good risk management as well. Doji candle here, 15 to 14 seconds left. Let's see if we can get a push back up here. Totally okay at this point. 6-0. Couple more seconds on here. And let's see what happens. Doji candles, if you guys are following me as well, I don't like doji candles after buy signals. It just shows indecision. So what I like to do is if I end up getting a doji candle on this, I do want to just be patient and see what ends up happening at candle close. So 40 seconds left on here. We're just going to stay with it. We're not going to do anything. There's a lot of time with doji candles with indecision within that time frame. You can have that slight little pullback, and then we can have that continuation even higher. Since we had that buy signal here, it's given me strong conviction that we could see a push, but it doesn't always happen. And honestly, there's a 15 to 20% in all metrics that you guys will ever use or purchase online that sometimes just doesn't work, which is totally okay. But the 80% plus that it does work, like these other ones that were on our chart, this is where I want you guys to hold these trades and capitalize on some big wins. How much do we have left here? We have 5, 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Let's see how this next candle closes. All right, doji candle and below. So what I'm gonna do for you guys, if we get a little pop here, I'm just gonna close this out and show you guys really good risk management. Currently up $600-700. Let's go and close this out for $800. All right, $800 closed out. I didn't like this candle. Still a really good trade in my opinion. Could it keep going? Absolutely it could, but I'd rather you guys do this. Get into trades that you have good conviction on, enter in. If you get a doji, just look at exiting out of that trade, because I'd rather you exit out for like this, pulling out a few $100s in the market, instead of this coming back down and then flushing lower and then being like, dang, I should have just got out of that trade. There's no reason why now, if this ends up staying here and we end up getting another solid candle like this, or these big bullish ones, that we couldn't re-enter back into the trade. But if you get into trades like this, display really good risk management. If you end up taking a point or a point and a half instead of the 2 or 3 points that you're wanting to go for, it's completely fine. Risk management is the #1 thing. So I hope you guys found a lot of education in this video, showing how to manage a trade here live off of an opportunity into the market, then getting a buy signal, then getting a doji candle, and then actually managing that trade, not for as much profit I was wanting to get out of the market, but displaying overall really good risk management, pulling out about $600 to $700 over here on the account this morning. All right, guys, if you have any questions, please reach out to me directly. If you guys want to set up one-on-one trainings, please send me an email. I'm always here for you guys. All right, have a great day. Take care.